resistance, that's when it's cooked. You don't want it to get dry because it will get drier outside the oven. So just a bit of resistance when you touch it. If you touch it and it goes up again, that means it's ready. If you touch it and it just stays down, that means it's not cooked enough. So I'm gonna leave my timer on for another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna check the sponge. While we're doing that, you guys can start on your assessment on the table.
If you overcook this,
yeah.
Can you use it for anything else, or you just can't use
if
it?
If it's overcooked but not burned, you can use a bit more of the syrup that you've done, and it will make it a bit more moist. If you really overcook and it's way too dry to soak it, you can do some powder with it and use it in another preparation. If it's black, you can't do anything with it.
Okay. Unless you like black.
But if you overcook it and it's too dry to use for your cake, as a powder you can make really nice. You can make macaron flavor. You can make burnt buttercream flavor. There's few, but most of the thing in patisserie, unfortunately, when you miss a step, it's really precise and you have to start it again from zero.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna make sure that you write your name on the paper, then I will leave it in your file. When everyone is done with their assessment, we're going to correct it quickly, and after you're going to go on a break for 10-15 minutes. If you have any question, I'm here. You're allowed to help each other as well if you have any trouble. Some of the answer might be on the PowerPoint behind you as well.
I said that you have to completely mix the flour in, you can't have any visual traces of it.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just gonna show you something quickly. Now that, as I told you, this one is ready. If you wanna come, you can come and look here. As you see, if I push it down, it's coming up, and it's nice and firm. So this one is cooked. You need to take it out of the tray. You have to be really careful because this one is hot. Grabbing the towel, put the hot tray back inside, and put this one on the cooling tray. Because if you leave that on the hot tray, it's going to carry on cooking and then it's going to get really dry. So you take it out of the hot tray and you can see it's nice and fluffy. and on the bottom it's a bit golden brown. So like this is perfect cooking.
How long was it allowed before in the end?
10 minutes.
Cheetah.
What?
No
What?
questions.
Oh, sorry.
Is it resistance?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I wasn't when you did it wrong. It is Celsius, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I never use Fahrenheit, so I will not be able to give you the example. I think it's is it times? No. I know it's times 7, but the thermostat, I think. Because sometimes you got thermostat as well. But I don't know what is the ratio to Fahrenheit. Usually most of the organ are Celsius anyway, so at least in Australia and France.
And most of the rest of
I
the
think it's just America.
just America, yeah, and Liberia.
We have the option who chose partner.
And it's really important to put it on the cooling tray and just not straight on the table as well, because it will start sweating on the table and be really humid on the bottom. And you can see on the side it's a bit drier. That's because it wasn't spread correctly on the side, so it's too thin on the side. That's why it got darker and drier. That's why it's really important to have the same amount of mix evenly everywhere. The other one is few minutes away, and then I'm gonna come to correct the assessment.
If it's overcooked, I can't do anything with it.
Like there's a few things. You can add more syrup if
Yeah.
it's not too overcooked. But if it's too dry, then you can turn it into like a powder and use it to make macaroons and stuff.
Okay, you wanna go through it?
Yeah.
So Laura, you wanna do the first question?
Yeah. So which technique do we use to fold the ingredients of the sponge? So I said start in the middle and work to the outside, don't over mix, and when the pockets of flour are gone, stop mixing.
Yeah, whenever you see that the mix is nice and smooth and that you got rid of all the pocket of flour, that should mean that it's ready to put on your baking tray and spread it and put it in the oven straight away. Exactly right. Everyone got this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jim, you want to do the second one?
Yeah, okay. How can we know that the sponge is ready for the flour to go in? You should be able to see the blade marks from the mixer
Yeah,
in the
exactly
mix.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly right, and you can touch the side of the bowl as well if it's just warm, or on the colder side, not hot. That's because your mix will be really hot when you take it out from the boiling water. So whenever it's cooled down enough, you can touch the side of the bowl. If it's cold, that means that's another sign for you to know. Alex, you want to do the third one?
Yeah, how can we know that the sponge is ready to go in the oven? The flour has been completely mixed in, so there's no traces or lumps of flour anymore.
Yeah. And the texture should be fluffy as well. Like if it's too liquid, that means we overmix it. Kat, you want to do the fourth one?
What temperature and for how long does the sponge need to cook? 180 degrees for about 10 minutes. That's based on a 20 by 60 centimeter pan with
Yeah.
a sheet cake.
So if you have like a whole tin cake, you will adapt this.
15
Yeah,
minutes.
It's always a guide. It always depends what kind of oven you have or hot it gets. So it's always a guide, but just use the technique of seeing the resistance and you should be able to check it. And Lou, you want to do the last one?
Yeah. So how can we check that the sponge is cooked properly, and if it's overcooked, what can we do to fix it? So the sponge should be golden brown across the whole top, and there should be some resistance when you touch it, so it should bounce back. And if you press it and it stays down, then it needs longer. If it's too hard, then it's overcooked.
Yeah.
And if it's overcooked a little bit, then you can add more syrup, so it's not as dry.
Yeah.
But if it's really overcooked and black, then you can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's great. Alright, you can have a 10-minute break where I tidied up a bit of everything, and then I'm gonna finish the session and giving you the feedback form as well for today. I did use this, you can keep this one. Oh yeah.
We're just trying to get out of there.
Do you want any drink?
Good, thanks.
I'm good, thank you.
You're the one
you want to lick it?
Of course I am. I'm not going to make it, you're going to have to make it.
This one out there.
Can you show us the difference?
So this one, as you can see, the one we overmixed.
Yeah, it's the one.
So it's still a bit fluffy, but it's more on the dry side and more dense. Like it will be, yeah, it will be more chewy and really dense when you eat it compared to the other one, which should be nice and fluffy. And it looks different as well, as you can see.
It didn't go as brown.
That's good.
Alright. That was a mess.
No, we're not going to do it. I don't even know how we get the dogs here. Isn't this a school? Are you having problems there?
This is higher grade, I need to change grade.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna drop that in the return.
Right in my eyes. everybody come in and talk at the table just so that we can be seen.
You don't want that to come.
No, I'm not going to come.
And that's the one we make from last week.
Oh,
So in a cake tin, so you can see the difference. So this one cooked for 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's thicker.
Yeah.
And you should divide that in three layer maybe, or two layer or three.
How do you
Depend.
cut it?
So you cut it with a bread knife, but it's easier when it's just frozen. Like I took it out not long ago, too long ago from the freezer. But what you do, you measure it usually. I don't have my ruler with me, but you measure it, and what you need to do is going around. Like you don't try to go straight away in the middle. You just keep around, and slowly, you get more on the inside. That's the best way to try to stay everywhere like as straight as possible.
Good tip, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was trying to go all the way through.
Never worked.
You just get big chunks at the
Yeah.
end.
There you go. Ooh, that looks nice.
But if you miss it, like if you're really uneven, you can always cheat. Like, so as you can see, it's nice and fluffy in the middle. And then if you add your sugar syrup or anything, it will stay nice and moist. And this size of cake, so it's 24 centimeter, with the filling of whipped cream or buttercream or anything, should be about 10 to 12 people.
So if you're putting cream on it, is there any side you should put,
Well,
put the cream? I guess it goes on both sides anyway, but
Yeah, it depends what cake you do really, but usually because it's gonna be hidden by the cream, doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Some people, what they do as well is they get rid of the first layer, but it's a bit crusty,
Okay.
so always a bit drier. So what they will do is before cutting in two, because now it's too thin, cut the side of it and then cut it in two. Then you only have
You
this
scrub
nice
out.
and crumbly
Yeah.
part who's with the sugar syrup get really nice and soft. This part on the outside is a bit